Good afternoon. Mostly to the folks outside, because we're going to ask you to all come in and you can bring your plates and your drinks with you. We're about ready to get started here. They left me with a terrible place to be in. I have to follow Audrey Hall to an hour opening act there. That's a wonderful piece of film. I'm glad we all got to see that. And there'll be more songs, more film, slideshows. We're going to take a break about halfway through and eat that lamb that's out there barbecuing now and just take a little break, and then the music will start. And we have got an all-star lineup for you today. You're going to very much enjoy. So I'm sort of rambling on here so everybody can get in here and start. And I'd like to just say that I love Audrey Hall and I love Nez, and I am so proud to be here today. These are two pals of mine and still are, and I was so honored to be asked to come up and host this for you today. So welcome, and we're gonna start out with Fred All here. He's going to play us a piece on the piano. You ready, Fred? Here he goes.
No, I'm not going to sing. Ladies and gentlemen, I was invited to play something to open the proceedings, and as this is a celebration of Audrey's life, I'm going to play something appropriate. That's a little thing called Ode to Joy from Ludwig Beethoven.
Fred Hall, Audrey's father. Thanks, Fred. So we're gonna have a slideshow put together by Amy Kavanaugh. And are you guys ready with the slideshow? All right, this is Amy Kavanaugh's work.
And the day turning I pray to find a stronger part of me to feel a hole in my life where my loved ones used to be.
Do that kind of work, you can see the love in it, and she just really nailed it there, so thanks to her. And if you've had time to recover, I think you have, please welcome Mez.
Hi, everybody. There's a lot of people here to thank. If I didn't have so many good friends, I wouldn't be here right now. I had put a bullet in my head, but you guys saved me. You really did. Thank you. You guys know who you are. There's so many of you. But most people probably don't know what happened. Audrey was scheduled for brain surgery. A week before that, one of her brain tumors got so big it pushed her brain over to the other side of her head, and it just wrecked the left side of her brain and her brainstem. We found out after the post-op MRI that she wasn't coming back, and I knew I had to get her home. That's all she wanted to do was be at home with her dogs. And I had to get her home, and I jumped up and down, and I shouted, and I cried, and I begged, and they were like, you could bring the dogs in the hospital. And I'm like, that's not the same thing. But so they hooked me up with this thing called palliative care. These two gorgeous, beautiful souls of women, beautiful women, they came and they got everything set up for her to go home. They got hospice, they got the ambulance, they did everything. And Bridget is here somewhere. Bridget, can you stand? Yeah, there she is. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Another person I couldn't have done without was you. Thank you very much. I should probably introduce Audrey's family is here. Audrey's dad played the piano, Fred. Audrey's brother, Freddie, is here. And Audrey's sister, Lynn, is here. And my family, my sister Mary's here. My sister-in-law, Dee, her and my brother, who's out the back door there, have 4 kids. Their oldest and youngest is here with them, the boys. The girls are still at home. Ken and Cece Jones, who's the whole reason I'm in Stinson Beach. She told me one year in Chicago, she goes, we need to move to California. And I says, well, I was stationed in Long Beach. I really don't like California. And she's like, it's nothing like Long Beach. So one foggy night with the old beat-up truck and a trailer full of crap, I drove over the mountain and just made it my home. I love this place. And an old college friend of mine, Christine, came out from Newport, Rhode Island. She's the one who introduced me to Cece. Yeah. So, there's a room here with Audrey's jewelry and CDs and shirts and stuff. If anybody doesn't know about this back room, we're going to take a little half-hour intermission around 4 and eat some lamb and other foods. And so there's a couple people who couldn't be here. Diane is going to do a poem by Terry MacArthur, who is the only person I know of that Audrey would ever co-write with. And she set a lot of his lyrics to music, and he sent a poem, and he's going to do that Freddie's going to read her brother Warwick. She got a brother Warwick and sister Nuki who aren't here, couldn't make it. So Freddie's going to read something from Warwick. Now, Audrey had this high school teacher in Tasmania, Sean Kelly, and you saw a few pictures of his daughter here, but he's the one who introduced her to country music. And he had kids, and she used to hang out with them, and her kids just fell in love with Audrey. And so I'm going to read something from Kate and Sean, from the father and the daughter, quickly, all right? If I can get a woman of spirit, incandescent, Audrey is etched in my heart. Her laugh that chased shadows from every corner and was so full of the sparks of life lit the tinder of my world. From childhood to adulthood, I watched as she modeled the life well lived, a heart open and full of love, a capacity for honesty, joyfulness and kindness, and a sense of humor unmatched. She will always be the bravest and most beautiful heroine to me. I will remember you, Audie, versatile and real, and your laugh will never stop ringing in my heart. I love you dearly. Boy, this one from Sean's a little bit longer. Around 1980, I was teaching at Elizabeth College, and into my class walked this girl. She stood out from the crowd instantly. She was full of energy and passion, just that bit larger than life, brashy, noisy, funny, intelligent, and very cute. Audrey Auld was irrepressible. Her big laugh echoed around the room. She could not be ignored. She was also kind, considerate, and engaging. This girl had a heart as big as a wheel and unimaginable potential. She only had to walk in her room to fill it with her personality and lift the spirits of everyone. We became instant friends after a while. She visited us at home, and we shared our passion for music. My children latched onto her like she was magnetic, and she responded likewise. They would literally grab her and not let go. Kate adored her and followed her like a puppy. We only had to mention that Audie was going to visit, and she would almost burst with excitement, as we all did. New Wave was what young people like Audie were listening to at the time, but my particular passion was country and roots music. The first time I played Graham Parsons to Audie, she just looked at me with her big eyes wide open and her mouth wide open. Soon she was diving deep and dragging out Hank Williams, John Prine, the Flying Burrito Brothers, and all the country music she could find. When she moved away to Sydney, she dreamed a dream to become a singer, songwriter, and go to Nashville. How many people have dreams like that, yet for whatever reason they never act on them? When Audie turned her mind to something, she was unstoppable. Her honesty, her observation, and her deep love for humanity shone through in all her songs, as of course did that sharp and incisive sense of humor. She always looked at her life with a clear vision for detail and meaning, yet always saw the foibles that we all have. I don't have those, but maybe that's why we can relate so easily to the stories and emotions in her music. They are real. There was never anything fake about Audie. She was totally loyal and always immensely caring. She had so many friends, and she gave herself to all of them without reservation. So much love was in her, there was no limit. Just ask the guys in San Quentin, where she literally changed lives through her care and love. The same applies to all her many friends. She's always left you feeling things could be better, and she walked that way every day. Few people can engage a room the way Audie could and leave audiences with such a complete experience of not only the music but the person. She was the total package. Now she has passed, but not really gone. We have her music, just press play, and our darling is there in the room with us. How wonderful to have that music, those words, and the spirit of an amazing woman at our fingertips. As Terry MacArthur wrote, drink in the songs. They will become your best friends on days where there are none to be had. And when you are surrounded by people turning at your heart, let these songs serve as touchstones for who you are and where you have come from. Songs drawn from the deep well of the heart. On behalf of my family, I want to say that Audie has made our lives better. made us better people. Her big love and sweet nature is a thread that runs through us and will never fade. Oh, Audie, we love you so much, so very much. Thank you for sharing yourself with us for all these years. You will be with us forever. We will never fade away, beautiful one. I just want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you all very much. And I see people are still coming. The traffic wasn't good, was it? Anyways, John? Fred, you're next.
We love you, Dad.
I'm Audrey's brother, Freddie, and I've got some words here from my brother, my older brother, Warwick. He lives in Central Australia, and a small town called Alice Springs, and they couldn't be here today, but they were here in March with my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, Anne, and their son, Bryce, and I happen to be here too, so I've got a few words here which that Warwick has written. I don't know if I can do it.
You got it, Fred. Yeah.
A touch of Audrey. Witty, talented, creative, honest, organised, strong-willed, determined, brave, loving. Just a few words that come to mind, and that very unique laugh. I think we all know the laugh. I remember my mum years ago telling me how she heard one of Audrey's songs playing while she was shopping in a local department store in Australia. Well, she quickened her step to tell as many other shoppers as possible, "That's my daughter," to complete strangers. We're all very proud of Audrey and her achievements. Audrey was very good at keeping in touch with family, either sending letters or postcards, and most of the time we had a hard time reading her scrawl. It was pretty difficult. She had a passion for love hearts in all shapes and forms. She even got married to Nez, standing in front of a beautiful love heart made of flower petals. We were fortunate to spend some quality time with Audrey and Nez earlier in the year at the stunning Stinson Beach. One of my highlights of the trip was going into San Quentin prison with Audrey and watching her perform in front of the prisoners. My son's highlight, Bryce, was when Audrey and Nez took him skunk hunting one night, and actually coming across one near the park in Stinson Beach. Annie said it was a privilege to call Audrey her sister-in-law. She had all the words of wisdom when you needed them most. A great cook, and a creative jewellery maker.
You're doing well, Fred.
The parcel at Christmas time filled with American knickknacks always put a smile on her face. I'm not sure if this was a confession, but Audrey recently told me how she used to sneak into my bedroom, Warwick's bedroom, at 14 years of age to read his adult magazines. She also liked my muscle cars. My brother has a Mustang, a 66 Mustang. And of course, the beach and the sunshine. We thank her for sharing her recent journey with us as a family. Her biggest impact on us was her brutal honesty, her devotion, faithfulness and loyalty to Nez. It's true. Take it or leave it, Audrey told you as it was. Love to you all, Warwick, Annie and Bryce. Thank you.
You did a great job, thank you. You know, I knew Audrey for a long, long time. I'm just going to take a moment here because there's been all these descriptions of Audrey, but there's one that all of you who knew her really well that has been skipped over, and that's the word snarky. All right? Could she nail you? I just, I'm a radio guy in Santa Cruz, and I put on a live music show. And Audrey would come down whenever she was here from Nashville, or when she was living here. She probably made as many visits to our show as anybody at KPIG Radio. And she was, without a doubt, the best interview I ever had. Every time she was on, it was fun. She was not afraid to speak her mind, which a lot of people are a little nervous on the radio. Not our Audrey. She was right in my face, and I loved her for it, and I don't know who will ever replace her as the best interview I've ever had. I doubt if anybody will. And one more of my favorite moments with Audrey is when I'd come up here, we'd always take these incredibly long walks on this beach out here. And those are moments that I'll treasure, and I hope all of you have had some moments like that with her where you could spend and talk some. But don't forget that she was snarky also. I just think that's important. A good friend of mine from Santa Cruz has come up, and I'd like to introduce Alan Mulhall to you.
Audrey was also a dear friend of mine. I was fortunate to have her sing in my home. So I'm going to read, these are not personal poems. These are ones I selected from, this is from Robinson Jeffers. The first one is called The Shears. A great dawn-color rose, widening the petals around her gold eye, peers day and night in the window. She watches us, breakfasting, lighting lamps, reading, and the children playing and the dogs by the fire. She watches earnestly, uncomprehending, as we stare into the world of trees and roses, uncomprehending. There is a great gulf fixed, but even while I gaze, and the rose at me, my little flower-greedy daughter-in-law walks with shears, very blonde and housewifely, through the small garden. Suddenly the rose finds herself rootless, indoors. Now she is part of the life she watched. So we, death comes and plucks us. We become part of the living earth and the wind and water whom we so loved. We are they. And this is another snippet of a poem from a poem called Hungerfield by Robinson Jeffers. Here's the poem, dearest. You will never read it nor hear it. You were more beautiful than a hawk flying, but the ashes have fallen and the flame has gone up. Nothing human remains. You are earth and air. You are in the beauty of the ocean and the great streaming triumphs of sundown. You are alive and well in the tender young grass, rejoicing when soft rain falls all night and little rosy fleece clouds float on the dawn. Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. Next, we're going to hear a poem. Diane and Pam, are you guys ready? There they are.
This is that poem that her friend Terry MacArthur wrote. And like I said, he was her only co-writer ever.
Pam Delgado, everyone. Very grateful. We're ultra fans. We love Audrey. And this is about her.
Microphone.
Thank you. Taming Fire by Terry MacArthur for Audrey and Mez. Oh, I remember your beautiful eyes, like the promise of a new day at sunrise. Oh, I remember the strength of your laughter, how your words always tumbled out after. Oh, I remember your songs of love gone wrong, all the places and faces where you belonged. You moved to Nashville with a Chicago man, then crisscrossed America, a one-woman band. I can see you right there. Oh yeah. One hand on your guitar and the other raised in the air.
Sing to me of bread and roses. Sing for the light that love exposes. The reckless, the wayward, the angels of light. Let them sing for you tonight. They will all sing for you tonight.
You made sparks and you tamed fire. Darkness never sang in your midnight choir. Oh, I remember the light in your heart. It shone so bright, right from the start. Oh, I can see you right there. Oh, yeah. One hand in your guitar and the other raised in the air.
Sing to me of bread and roses. Sing for the life that love exposes. The reckless, the wayward, the angels of light. Let them sing for you tonight. They will all sing for you tonight.
Thank you, Audrey.
So we're going to step into the bread and roses era of Audrey's life, and I'd like to introduce who's come here from Bread and Roses, Lisa Starbird.
Good afternoon. My name is Lisa Starbird, and I'm here to represent Bread and Roses and San Quentin State Prison, and to share with you how Audrey touched my life and the lives of many others. While many of you here have known her for years, it's only been this year that I had the pleasure of getting to know her. I've had a very unique experience with Audrey. I got to escort her into San Quentin and produce and support her shows there. She touched the men in such a way that for me, I've had a lot of losses in my life, and I haven't cried for many years. So right beside the men who were feeling Audrey, she cracked my heart wide open as well, and so tears have been falling. And she has that effect on us, doesn't she? Bread and Roses, we produce 50 shows a month, and we bring live music into places where people are isolated. San Quentin is one of those facilities. And what it is we truly believe in the healing power of music, and Audrey brought that gift to all of us. Audrey was one of our volunteers with a very big heart. In July, she received the Above and Beyond Award at our volunteer recognition event, which was one of her last outings. We all know that music touches our hearts. It can change our mood, it can lift our spirits, it can bring back memories from long ago. Simply put, music opens our hearts, every single one of us, no exceptions. Audrey had done songwriting workshops in San Quentin for 7 years. When she received her diagnosis, she felt an urgency to make the CD, Hey Warden. She took their words and put them into song, completing the circle. She was able to acknowledge the San Quentin co-writers and get them CDs on March 15th. If These Walls Could Talk was a favorite. Standing ovations were given for I'm Not What I Have Done and the Bread and Roses song. This was an extraordinary night, and the men were deeply touched by the depth of the music, as was I. The next night, I was able to bring Audrey into a group that I facilitate weekly at San Quentin. And those men were able to actually share their hearts and their feelings with Audrey and how she touched them. The testimonials of the men say it best, so I'll quote a couple of them here. I was in the workshops. Audrey didn't forget us. She chose our words and put them together. I matter. We all matter. It was authentic and real. You didn't forget us. The language got me. As most of you know, I'm cynical, bitter, and hostile all the time. I could see the humanity. I had a spiritual experience. She touched me deeply. Will you tell her that? I have a family member going through a similar thing. She touched my soul and made a spiritual connection I'll never forget. It's not easy to make this soul happy, and I'm actually happy. My cellie and I haven't talked at all in a long time. Last night we listened to the CD, and now we're talking. Words can't express what I'm feeling right now. The next up was the Day of Peace in April, and you'll see a video shortly of some of that experience. You're in for a treat there. In May, Audrey, Jerry, and Pam stepped in at a moment's notice when another performer had a heart attack, and the girls got to do yet another San Quentin show. It was at the chapel, and that was the night that my life was changed. Watching Audrey transform from slow and tired to vibrant and energetic right before my eyes was an amazing testimonial to the healing power of music. More than 100 men gave Audrey the gift of their hearts by singing Amazing Grace to her and for her. And their prayers for her well-being it was a powerful, powerful moment. After the show, she wrote me and said to me, "It means the world to me to engage in such meaningful, profound, worthwhile work. It's what I live for. If I died in my darling's arms today, I would be the happiest woman knowing I have succeeded in connecting with those men in such a true way." She touches us all. So our job is to remember the love and to make the most of our lives. Remember the good, her smile, her laughter, her huge heart, and remember the deep love in your own heart and pay it forward with intention. That's what Audrey did. She did everything with intention. Audrey could have done many other things with her time, and she made a choice to make a difference with the men in prison. You may not understand that, but I invite you to have a conversation about that. We're set up in the next room. What can we learn from her life? What can we do to be more Audrey-like? None of us have any guarantees for tomorrow. Let's live in the present as Audrey learned. We can let go of the past and be kinder to each other, be more accepting, say thank you more often, love deeper, forgive faster. So let us live with intention, the intention that Audrey did in the present moment, so that we can live our lives more fully and with more joy. Let's take the good traits and good memories of Audrey with heartfelt love and pay it forward. Audrey is ever present with all of us, as each of us take the time to remember her. So next, we have a video that comes directly from San Quentin, which is very rare to get footage from inside San Quentin. After mountains of paperwork and logistics, thank you, Steve Emmerich, very much. Could not have done any of this without him. Also, so that you know, another mountain that got moved is they're actually showing this video that we're going to be seeing. They're showing it on SQTV right now. So the men in San Quentin also get to have this experience with us.
there a chance we can move the microphone?
I was diagnosed with cancer just a bit over a year ago, and you know, it's not the kind of one that's going to go away. So I don't know what my philosophy is anymore because I'm very changed, and it's put me in a very present place. I don't think too much about the future so much.
Because we all go out the same. Just look at me.
It's beautifully freeing. You know, people talk about Zen, and you know, sit there and meditate and you'll be Zen. It's really, I feel like it's something I arrived at by accident. It makes you very present because there's a whole lot that's out of my control. You know, I can't pray this away. You know, the angels aren't going to fix me. It's like, this is happening, and it's, you know, I've learned that I'm not my body. There's a deep down nature thing that's going on that I have no control over. So it just makes me very grateful for all that I have. I feel very grateful to be here today and to feel such a connection with so many guys here that I've been meeting over the years, because coming into prison puts time into a very different perspective. You know, that I might see some of these guys once or twice a year, but our connection is still there. You know, and that means a lot to me.
The first time I met her, she was doing a songwriting workshop in the Arts and Corrections. And I want to say Gary Harrell invited me. Audrey was kind of badass. She was a free thinker. She was just her own person. You rarely ever meet people that are just themselves, that have no, she didn't put on airs. Who you've seen is who the person was, every time.
Audrey started coming to San Quentin probably over 6 or 7 years ago.
It was looking like the world had stopped turning.
Was a really good teacher and really was willing to help share and shape what it was that we were doing as musicians. Well, her music made me smile. Like when I saw her in the Catholic Chapel, I was kind of blown away by the quality, by the connection that her music had to us, and also the reaction that so many of the men had, because it didn't matter where you came from or why you were here. The fact that everybody kind of got her.
Give Audrey all the shout out for her and her family, because she's like a diamond that was already made, and once you meet her, you would have a kinship like she was part of your family. She was a humble, caring, giving, sharing person. It was more about the people that she touched than the money she could make, because she made it clear that it wasn't about the money, it was about your soul, your being, and who you are.
I love you like the sun coming up again, and the moon
felt like a very positive person, like a big ray of sunshine. I felt like he was, there was something about him that was like anything was possible. And just being around him, I don't know, I can't even, it wasn't anything that I thought about prior to coming into that show, but afterwards I was like, I could do a songwriting workshop. Because I figure you can either sit on the couch for 3 hours and watch television, or do something. This is easy for me. I can offer it to somebody who maybe wants to learn something new and make their lives better.
You missed her laugh at the end when we were all clapping. It was a hearty laugh. So if you want to hear it, we're going to be replaying it over in the next room, and we also have another video as well, and songs that the men have written since Audrey died, and words from the men themselves about how much she meant to them. So please do stop by the table in the next room. Thanks.
Thank you, Lisa.
That was an amazing video. I mean, how many of you had dry eyes in that one? It was just, thank you for bringing that over for us to see, and tell the guys in San Quentin we enjoyed having them join us. We're going to wrap it up here and take a break and then come back. But before we do, we've got a slideshow. Amy Kavanaugh has got another couple of songs slideshow. We will break after that and then come back, and we have such fabulous music coming up. So don't wait, please stick around.
Ring.
Hello.
Hello, Audrey.
Darling, I knew it was you.
Audrey, there's something I just have to tell you.
Tell me what to do.
I don't really know how to say this, but I want to tell you that
You gave me the will to go on. As soon as I me what to do.
That's just it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I
I
knew
want to tell you that.
you'd tell me they were wrong as soon as I picked up the phone.
Oh, but it is true. They're not
Oh
wrong.
no,
I'm sorry, Audrey.
oh no, I can't believe that's true.
I'm sorry, Audrey. I'm
Oh
really sorry.
no,
I know you know.
oh no.
And I never thought it would come to this.
I can't believe that was rude. Tell me it's over and done.
I really thought that I loved you, and you know that.
You say that you've had all your fun.
You just gotta believe that I never meant to hurt
I can't
you.
believe you'll be gone.
This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It
As I
hurts me.
hang up the phone.
Yeah, I'll be gone.
As soon as I hang up the phone.
Wandered around today, I've met a lot of people from different radio stations. That's where a lot of us met Audrey, and that's where a lot of us first heard Audrey, was on the radio. And she would come and visit us at the stations and dazzle us, as you know. And we've got a few people here, and we're going to start out with KVMR. Leslie's here. Come on over and give us a little pep talk on Audrey.
Well, I don't know what a pep talk, but I am a believer, and I am someone who's honored to have Audrey on my show in KVMR in Nevada City. You know, more than anything, I want to say I'm a fan. A lot of their friends and family here, I was a fan, and that's how I discovered her, was as a fan. You know, and I got it. And I was honored to be in a position to play her music on the airwaves and spread it around, but I got it. You know, I don't even know when first time I heard of her, but boy, I was a believer. You know, and something that was big to me was one of her last shows that I saw. The last show I saw was at Kate Wolf, the end of June of this year. Kate Wolf Music Festival, and boy, she was on. You know, and I knew what she was like struggling through when she was on. And something that just stunned me and impressed me was sitting at the front of her show was Mez. And this is the end of June, and everybody knew that she was in a complicated dance. And Mez was sitting there mesmerized. I was watching that and I was crying because I knew he was mesmerized, and I was mesmerized too. I'm going to mention, if you haven't had a chance to check out her CD, Hey Warden, please do. And again, we talked about it earlier, and it was where she was doing the collaboration with the inmates of San Quentin and everything. And I'm telling you, that's huge. And my vision is, she's been pitching that to Johnny Cash to do Hey Warden. And when I first heard that, I knew that, God, Johnny could do Hey Warden, it would rock. Well, once again, most of the people here are closer to her than I was. Your family and friends. I was a fan. But I got close enough to that flame that I felt it. And I know she was an angel, and I know she was like a sassy broad, and she's here with us, and she's smiling, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Thank you.
And I know a number of you wanted to speak, so whoever would like to be next, step on up. Where'd you guys go?
I'm Gloria Holloway. I'm from Tampa, Florida, and my partner in crime is around here somewhere, Craig Reller. I'm chair of the one-person concert committee at the Unitarian Church in Tampa, and we had I found that one-person committees work better than But we had Audrey and Sam Baker and a third musician whose name I won't mention. But we had them at a songwriter in the Round concert 2 or 3 years ago. And a lot of times we don't have that many people at church for these concerts. But we did have a really good crowd that night. And it was going really well until the until it come around to the third member. And he had a stomper thing. And that he needed amplified, and for whatever reason, he and the sound guy couldn't get it together. And so every time it would come to him, and there would be this big thing between the sound guy and the stomper, and I'm thinking, Jesus, just stomp on the floor, you know? And Audrey was kind of sitting there, I could tell she was thinking the same thing. But it was a really good concert with Sam and Audrey. And when the concert was over, Audrey was like pretty upset. She was just saying, she apologized for the third musician. And which made me feel really good because I thought maybe it was just me, and we needed to fire the sound guy or whatever. But she was pretty. She knew what was right and what was wrong, and that was wrong that night. Now, Craig and I were talking about it. When did we meet Audrey? And we think it was at a South Florida Folk Festival. Audrey came to Florida every once in a while, and we think that it was the South Florida Folk Festival. His memory is better than mine, and when I can't depend on him, I don't know. But anyway, she came on our radar screen at some point, and we became really big fans. And she had a lot of fans in Florida. And in Tampa in particular, she played at this little place, Graham's Place, and played outside in a small area. And she had her dogs with her in that small area. And she made a comment right off the very beginning, "Don't pet the dogs." Well, at some point, people tried to pet the dogs, and it didn't go well. Told you, don't pet the dogs. And we also have a radio station in Tampa, WMNF, and she was invited to be on a radio show called the Florida Folk Show. And that DJ gives a lot of us a pain in the butt. But that day, here he was with Audrey on his show, and he said, "What are you doing on my show? This is the Florida Folk Show. Let's sing some Florida songs." Well, she just told him off. She just flat told him off, which just made all of us really happy. She has a big fan, and we've got a lot of fans in Tampa, but one of them is Ronnie Elliott, and Ronnie was saying for a long time, he said, she's the best country music star since Patsy Cline. And then he started saying, she's the best country music star ever. Craig and I were fortunate to be at the Tonk CD release, and we, at that event, I thought we were at the wrong place. We got there and there were strippers. The first thing I saw was strippers. I think, this isn't the right place. But I got my picture with Audrey and the strippers, so it turned out to be the right place. And we also saw, we go to the Woody Guthrie Festival, and we saw her a few times at the Woody Guthrie Festival. And she meant so much to both of us, and Nez, but she's really enriched our lives, and she's the best country music star ever.
Anybody else? A couple of you approached me. Anybody else want to step up? Yes.
Hello from down under. I don't have an accent anymore, but you know. I met Audrey in Tasmania when I was the head of the St. John Ambulance, Sandy Bay Division, and she signed up, which is basically a charitable organization geared towards service. And I was lucky enough to have her and her sister, and met her brother Freddie and Warwick. Right? And it's basically, we teach these kids first aid home nursing, and we go out amongst the crowds during football season and do our thing. You know, help broken legs, broken arms, bloody noses, whatever you want. But Audrey is, right from the get-go, you know that she was a very special person. And unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not sure which yet, I moved over to California and hooked up with them, her and Nez. Found out she was living in Stinson Beach and hooked up with her again. It was wonderful. I had my daughter who was just starstruck at the time. And it was just like not missing a beat. She really felt, she made us feel like we were still at home. And to me, being so far away from home was a big thing, and it still is. And it's great listening to Australian accents again. I'm sorry, all the Americans in the room. But yeah, it's just wonderful to know that the family is unbelievably nice. Audrey is especially nice. And I'm glad that we all had a chance to share in her time. And thank you.
I wanted to play something, but when I got out, I had to get a real job. So I haven't been playing that much. But I met Audrey, it must have been 7 years ago. And I remember people asked me, I've been out of prison now about 3 years. I was in there almost 20. And people ask me, especially San Quentin, they ask me about San Quentin. You know, it's notorious, it's got death row, and it's got, you know, it's infamous. And people ask me about it, like you see stuff on TV, and what I tell people often is like, what I remember most about prison is not the violence, not some of the stuff you see on TV, but the compassion that people have for each other inmates, people that come into the prison. And I remember, I think the first time we had a songwriting workshop, it was, you know, things happen in prison. You have things scheduled, but it doesn't always go according to plan. Right? There's lockdowns, there's like all these different things that happen. And I remember we were, I think it was the first time, it might have been the second time. But she was in there, and we were starting, and she's a bit of a dictator, too. You know, we want to goof around, and we want to play our licks, and she's not, you know, she's passing out the pencils and saying, no, we're gonna write, I got an exercise for you. You guys are gonna write for 30 minutes, right? And everybody's like, oh, write for 30 minutes. So I think it was just one time, I think it was the first or second time, but you know, these two guards had bust in. I think they were looking for somebody, I don't know, something arbitrary, right? They bust in the room and they're like, yeah, you know, we're looking for so-and-so and we're shutting this whole thing down. And I remember what was already happening in there was like powerful, right? People were writing, people were getting stuff out, we were singing, and like it was like this powerful experience going on. And I remember those guards busting in. I remember I think they were like they were like it hit them, that energy in there. And I forget, it's one of these crazy sergeants. He walks in there and he kind of says something, we're looking for somebody, and then he kind of backed out, kind of apologetic. Because, you know, there's something powerful was going on. And they recognized even in that place. When I got out, I had the opportunity to play a few times. I played out here once with Audrey, and I remember I think I was around the corner at the Clam or something. It's a bar, and I called Audrey up, and I'm like, hey, I'm down the street, and she's like, I was already into probably my second double shot. She was like, don't get drunk before the show, but it was great. It was a great experience. It was great knowing her and writing, collaborating with her on Hey Warden, and she used some of my artwork on the cover, and it was an amazing experience knowing her. And when I got out, I think we seen each other just a few times, but like she said in that video, we didn't have to see each other. Like that connection, it's there, it exists. It existed from the first time that I met her, even now. And I'm gonna really miss her, and she really changed my life, and she changed the lives of those guys that you see inside. It's just a powerful thing, and I'm really gonna miss her.
Well, I wasn't going to come up. My name is Steve Emmerich, and I'm actually the person that asked Audrey to come in and do the songwriting workshops. And at that time, Felix, I was running the art program there, and Felix worked for me as my clerk. So and that was 7 years ago. I didn't really realize what an impact. I brought a lot of musicians and artists in, how strong an impact Audrey had until this last year. When she was able to come in, we were able to get her in for 3 other performances. And, it's just amazing. And like Felix said, when she came in, she was really, the men responded to her dedication. She was sharing her gift. She was helping them. And she also, when you listen to the CD, she understood their experience. There was a connection there, and not only just with Audrey's program, but a lot of our programs, you see that energy that Felix talked about. And I was just very pleased, and I'm very happy that I was a part of making that happen. So I just want to let certainly the family know what an incredible person she was, which you already have heard, but that even though it was sort of a short part of her career, the prison experience, she's affected a lot of men, and I think she's changed a lot of people's idea about music and the power of music and what the arts can do. So I'm really going to miss her, her energy, her laughter, and I know that the men today many of them their hearts are with you all today. They really miss her, and there'll be a big void for that next yard show that we have. So thank you.
Well, we have a bunch of musicians here that are ready to play. If anybody else, I don't want to cut anybody off.
Anybody who's talked to me this weekend will realise straight away that Audrey didn't get her personality from me. I introduced music into the home because I was a musician from early days, well before I was married. And I like to play in jazz bands, but I like classical music. And we didn't have any what I call rubbish commercial music in the house at all, so Audrey refers to that from time to time. And here's something not many people know, but on the night before each of my 3 children were born, that's Yuki and Audrey and Freddie, I put on a disc on our record player, which was Beethoven's Egmont Overture. Now, I loved that, her mother loved that, and it helped her mother through that difficult period that night before she went to hospital. But that became a tradition, and so I thought it'd be interesting to know that. I haven't mentioned that to you in the past. Yeah, I want to give credit to her mother. Her mother was from a Cockney background family in London. And you know what Cockneys are like, they're sort of half joking and mucking around all the time. And her mother was like that, you know, she's always jolly and fun stuff going on. So I give her the credit for so much of Audrey's personality. That's all I want to say.
Bloody beauty, mate. Bloody beauty. Betty? This is my partner, Betty, and she's going to...
A couple of highlights.
You-
It'll be brief, but no, I'm going to talk from here.
Okay.
No, Betty, you gotta.
No, I can't do it. Don't want to do that. You'll have to hear me. I can hear you.
Talk loud.
I talked with Nez last night and told him the thing I'm going to miss the most about them as a couple is the expression that they used to endear each other, which is always to say, my love. And they repeated that over and over anytime they spoke with each other. And I just always was touched by that. One of the last concerts that we had in Corralitos, in fact, she made a comment because Nez was sitting in the front row and he was apparently sitting down because he's tall and didn't want people to have to look over his head. So he was squatted down with his legs spread like this. And she said, my love, could you please not sit like that with your love spread? So it was used many times in many ways. And it's just something I've never heard another couple address each other that way. And it will always be in my memory banks for their love for each other. And I just find it very, very special and very endearing. And then the last thought I'd like to leave was something that she wrote in an email, and it's sort of like, I'd like to leave something with a positive note. And it was her note when she was planning to have surgery and thought perhaps there was a chance. But she ended it with, worry not, this is happening to my body, and I'm just along for the ride. And I just like that as a thought to leave with. I think it's a really good line.
Now, you ready to come in there? Well, come on. Let me introduce the start of our show tonight. This is Pam, Jerry, and Nina. Other folks are going to come up and sing a couple of the songs with them too, and then we'll have some other stuff. So we're going to be 45 minutes of some of the finest music you've ever heard, and we'll all get together and make a CD and see if we can get it all out to you. So sit back and enjoy the music. One more speaker here.
One of the saddest things I have to do as a sister is stand here today and talk about my beautiful, talented younger sister, Audrey. It's heartbreaking for everyone that loved her. Once Audrey was diagnosed and let us know, the family, we were just devastated. I'd heard of your voice, and I had faith that the treatment would work and give her a longer life. bloody melanoma cancer. What better country to be living in with the best doctors? So I thought she'd be right. She'll get through it. God knows she tried everything to live. Audrey and I didn't grow up together. We have different mothers, but the same gorgeous, loving father. I first met Audrey when she was about 14. She was a pretty girl with porcelain skin and dark brown hair and lovely brown eyes. It must have been that good Tasmanian air, as they say. When Audrey was old and based in Sydney and was travelling around Australia, the East Coast, doing gigs, I wondered why she picked country music though. I mean, let's face it. I lived in Victoria, country music wasn't that well received. It was more of a New South Wales.
Here like the sunshine, here like the clouds, here like the sunshine. It was looking like the world had stopped turning, for the bell it tolls for me. I was looking in the eyes of a stranger, saw the hand dealt me. Oh, I was kicked off the tracks. Oh, no turning back. Princess, and I'm the king. So look at me and tell me you love me. We are here like the sunshine, here like the trees, here like the sunshine, here like the trees. I am here like the sunshine, here like the breeze, here like the sunshine, here like the breeze. I am here like the sunshine, here like the clouds, here like the sunshine, here like the clouds.
So this next song, another gorgeous song by Audrey. It's called Bound for Glory. And she was that, is that, and we were right by her side at the very end. All of her beautiful friends and her gorgeous husband and her family and us, and we were able to help her out of this world with her own words. And you all will probably know this song when we get to the chorus. It would be so great if everybody wanted to sing as loud as you can. Let her know we're here. She knows it, but just a gorgeous time. I'm bound for glory, I'm stepping out. I'm bound for glory, no fear, no doubt. I'm bound for glory, Mama done told me so. I'm bound for glory, roll, child, roll.
1 second, please. 2, 3.
Been good to my neighbors, been good to my friends. Been good to my father, yeah, I made amends. Been good to my family, I hold strong, been good to each other right till the end. Everybody! I'm bound for glory, I'm stepping out. I'm bound for glory, no fear, no doubt. I'm bound for glory, Mama done told me so. I'm bound for glory, roll, child, roll. I've been through the wasteland, washed up on shore. I drowned in the bottle, said more, more, more. I drank my fill but was empty inside. Now I'm crossed over, I'm rising tide. Hey, come on! I'm bound for glory, I'm stepping out. I'm bound for glory, no fear. I'm bound for glory, Mama done told me so. I'm bound for glory, roll, child, roll. Come on. I'm in the pilgrim, I'm on a path. I see the way to be free of the past. Oh, I saw the light, oh, and I saw the dark. Lord, help me see the lost and heard. Hey, I'm bound for glory, I'm stepping out. Come on. I'm bound for glory, no fear, no doubt. I'm bound for glory, Mama done told me so. I'm bound for glory, roll, child, roll. I'm bound for glory, Mama done told me so. I'm bound for glory, roll, child, roll. Yes. Nina Gerber. We got Mary Greenwood.
You go, Mary.
Orphan girl, meet me at the healing well. Orphan girl, got Meet me at the healing well. Open girl, got your story to tell. Velvet? So, Sylvie and I got to play with Audrey at the Kate Wolf Music Festival. Nina was busy, Jerry was busy, and we called Velvy in at the last minute, and he learned 29 songs. Because Audrey didn't want to do the same song for our two 50-minute sets that we had. Every song was different. And so God bless him, he did it. And
it was actually really cool. My family was going to Bali to vacation. We were visiting our older daughter there. And I brought a guitar and I brought these, 29 or 30 songs. And I just would set up, and so this whole couple weeks when I was in Bali, I was learning Audrey's songs. And so she was kind of with me over there. And she also gave me a mission to bring back a necklace for her that she could wear her medicines in. So that was kind of a little mission over there too, in addition to learning her music. So family vacation, and kind of Audrey was sort of the background texture of the whole thing. It was cool.
wanna be a tree, reaching for the sky, standing in the sun, wind and rain. I wanna be a tree, tall and old and strong, standing in whatever weather comes. I wanna be a flower, with my face held to the sun, most beautiful color in the world. I wanna be a flower, kiss the bees one by one, capture hearts as I unfurl. Trees don't know how they grow and grow without ever seeking shelter. Flowers do not know their beauty will not last forever. Wanna be a mother, a never-ending love for the stranger who grows into a man. I wanna be a mother, like the earth to everyone, the softest place you'll ever land. I wanna be a sister, with a tattoo on my arm, blazing where fires never burn. baby sister. To anyone who's needed one, feel the family grow and stir. Trees don't know that they grow and grow without ever seeking shelter. Flowers do not know their beauty will not last forever. I wanna be a tree, I wanna be a flower. Thank you. I was going to do a song now, for you.
So I'm kind of a new friend of Audrey's. I just met her over the summer. Pam asked me to do the show with them. And this is a song that I wrote while I was sort of getting to know Audrey. We became fast friends. And I was out here the day that Audrey left us, and we were just playing music in the backyard. We had a bunch of people doing songs, and I played this one, and Pam and Jerry were there, and I kind of liked it, so we're going to do it today. It's called Far From This World. Dear Lord, hear my prayer. Wanna believe there's a place somewhere where we all flow into one. I pray there's a time and a space. I pray there's some peaceful place when this all's been said and done. Show me the way of the water, no need a restless mind. Dear Lord, forgive my foolish pride. Don't know about heaven, got heaven. Don't care about the gold and the pearls. Dear Lord, I pray you made a place for love. And I'm praying it's not too far from this world. I'm praying it's not too far from this world. Far from this world. I'm praying it's not too far from this world. Far from this world. Dear Lord, I'm tired and torn. I've been
there's a place somewhere where we all flow into one.
Ready, Jess? Come on up, girl. We got somebody from Nashville here. We got Jess Leary. She'll let you, she can speak for herself, I think. Oh, okay. Well, howdy. So I'm Jess Leary. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. And I've had the pleasure and the privilege of being Audrey's friend for about the 7 years that Audrey and Mez lived down in Nashville. And we were also neighbors, which made it wonderful. Got to see quite a bit of both of them, and got to do many shows with Audrey through the years, which was a true delight for me. I moved to Nashville from Boston, the home of country music, and ended up being a backup singer and songwriter for some of the biggest acts in country music. Like Reba McEntire and Tim McGraw and Faith Hill and all those ones of the 90s. And I always told Audrey when I met her and I heard her songs, I said, you are a superstar to me. I was so taken back by her and her way. Only Audrey had, what she had and how she did it. And she was such a fabulous performer and entertainer and an incredible songwriter, like none I've ever known. And truly, I truly believe her songs will go down in history, much like Woody Guthrie and Graham Parsons and Audrey Auld. We will be hearing her songs for many, many, many years. So I'd like to sing one of my favorite Audrey songs. I've never sang it before, but somehow we all know her songs, don't we? Yeah. Come find me, I wanna be found. You're welcome to glorious me. Come take me and paint me in shades of old wine. Come find me and stay here with me. Come take me, please take me to your sacred ground. Show me what's never been seen. Take me and make me lay in the fire. Leave me there till I'm burnt clean. Come find me, I wanna be found. Welcome
still got like 7 more people, that's why we're, unless you want to stay till midnight. So, no. I don't know what the time, is there a time frame? No? Okay. Well, Joel Raphael, are you ready? Here's Joel Raphael.
I'm Joel Raphael, and I'm actually from Southern California, but Audrey and I met in Oklahoma, because for the last 18 years, I've been part of the Woody Guthrie Folk Festival in Woody Guthrie's hometown of Okemo, Oklahoma. And very close to when that first started, Audrey started coming to the festival and was pretty much there every year. And interestingly, my wife and I were talking about this. You know, we think of our good friends that we have that live close by us, and good friends that we've had since we were in school and that kind of thing. But these folks that we see every year out in Oklahoma for a week straight, you know, it's like we spend a week with these people every year, you know, with Mez and Audrey and a whole bunch of other people that are out at Woody Fest almost every year. And
It's always our favorites.
and we just become like family. But I think Audrey demonstrated what my friend Graham Nash really said best, which is that, you know, that there's only so much time, you know, and you can be the Koch brothers, but you can't buy back 1 second of time. And so the way we spend our time is really critically important, and Audrey, she was really aware of that. So here's a couple songs for Mez and Audrey. And thank you, Nina, for joining me. Good friend Nina Gerber, it's great to see you. When this old plane leaves the ground, don't let it bring you down. Don't let it make you blue. I'll come back to you. When you hear those engines sound, I will be eastward bound for just a little while. So send me with a smile. When I go away, your smile leads me through my Well, this is a song. It's a song by a wonderful writer from North Carolina named Hetty West, and she wrote this song back in the 50s, probably keyed off of a traditional melody, folk melody, and I just think it's a great song for Audrey, and we'll play it for you now. It's a Hetty West song. You'll probably recognize it, and I hope that if you recognize words, you'll sing along with me, at least on the ends of the verses. Every verse has a repeating line, and that's your part. If you know the other parts, then that's your part too. Anyways, you'll recognize it. If you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Lord, I'm one, Lord, I'm two, Lord, I'm three, Lord, I'm four, Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home, away from home, away from home, away from home, away from home. I'm 500 miles away from home. Not a shirt on my back, not a penny to my name. Lord, I can't go home. This away, this away, this away, this away, this away, this away. Lord, I can't go home this away. My honey, she said so, I would railroad no more, sidetrack my old engine and go home, 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 sidetrack my old engine and go home. Well, I wrote her in a letter, just as plain as I could tell her, that you better come along and go with me. Go with me, go with me, go with me, go with me. She better come along and go with me. Well, if this train, it runs right, I'll be home tomorrow night. I'm coming down the line on number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. Coming down the line on number 9. Last chance. Well, if you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles.
From Santa Rosa. I came up down here with my wife Barrett, and some of our friends from Santa Rosa are here, including Bill Bowker was here. Bill, you're still here? Bill Frater's here, who's the guy who got me into radio. Bill now works at The Crush. We both work together at The Crush and KRCB FM. And when Audrey first moved up here, she kind of came up and met all of us somehow or another and just started hanging out at the radio stations, got involved with the public radio station, KRCB, and did an in-store at the Last Record Store, which is a record store that I own, and has been on a couple of compilation CDs that I put out, and she's just a wonderful person. I want to do a Graham Parsons song for her, and I hope that you'll sing along. Quick little story about Audrey. We did a Graham Parsons tribute show at the Mystic Theater, and she came up, and it was probably about 12 years ago, and she sang with our band. My band is called Laughing Gravy, and she came up and she was dressed in this beautiful Western dress, and she was just so gorgeous, so radiant. And another time she played at this place called the French Garden with Nina. And there was a girl that opened the show, and she did this. Do you guys know the song "Boulder to Birmingham"? It's a real beautiful song that Emmylou Harris wrote about Graham Parsons. So this girl started singing the song, and Audrey grabbed me, not my wife, just me, and dragged me out the front door. And I said, "What's going on?" She said, "That song's sacred. I can't stand listening to it." So we went out to her car and smoked some weed and then came back. So if you would help me sing this one, it'd be awesome. We'll send it up to Audrey. In my hour of darkness, in my time of need, oh Lord, grant me vision, oh Lord, grant me speed. One more time. In my hour of darkness, in my time of need, oh Lord, grant me vision, oh Lord, grant me speed. Now, Graham Parsons wrote this song about 3 of his friends who had passed away, and 2 of them were friends of his, and the middle one that he sings about was about Elvis Presley. So I thought that what I'd do is I would change it from Elvis Presley to Audrey Hall. We'll make her the queen of rock and roll. Once there was a young man, when driving through the night, miles and miles without a word, just those high beam lights. Who'd have ever thought they'd build such a deadly Denver band, to be so strong, to act so long, as it would in the end. In my hour of darkness, in my time of need, oh Lord, grant me vision, oh Lord, grant me speed. Another young girl safely strung her silver string guitar, and she sang to people everywhere. Some say she was a star, but she was just a country girl. Her simple songs confessed so very few possess. Everybody. In my hour of darkness, in my time of need, oh Lord, grant me vision, oh Lord, grant me speed. Then there was an old man, so kind and wise with age, and he read me just like a book, and he never missed a page. And I loved him like my father, and I loved him like my friend. But I knew his time would surely come, but I did not know just when. In my hour of darkness, in my time of need, oh Lord, grant me vision, oh Lord, grant me speed. In my time of need, oh Lord, grant me vision, oh Lord, grant me speed. Oh Lord, grant me vision, oh Lord, grant me speed. Thank you. I'm going to do one quick one that I wrote, and because Audrey would want me to play a song that I wrote, and not just a cover song. This is, you know, I never really thought much about going to heaven or what happens to us after we die. But as I got older, I realized that it's very comforting to think that there's something that goes on after we leave. So, you know, I don't want to go to some heaven where you're going to run into like that lady from Kentucky who wouldn't marry those people. I mean, that would be horrible. But if like there's an afterlife where it's like you're running into Audrey and it's like, let's go find Grand Possums. I mean, that would be just great. So. Anyway, this song is called The Other Side. I don't know if there's a heaven, and I hope there ain't no hell. Some folks say they know the truth, and they're not afraid to tell. A restful sleep, a sailing ship on a river deep and wide. Here's hoping that our paths will cross on the other side. Like a small town that you miss if you blink, these years roll by like water down the sink. How come heartbreak isn't easier to take with all the practice that we've had? A restful sleep, a sailing ship on a river deep and wide. Here's hoping that our paths will cross on the other side. I'll think of you when the sun goes down and the wind is at my back. I'll think of you when all my trains have gone and jumped the track. A restful sleep, a sailing ship on a river deep and wide. Here's hoping that our paths will cross on the other side. We love you, Audrey. Love you, Audrey. Thank you.
All right. Jake Mazzara, familiar name. This is Nez's nephew.
This piece is called Vocalese by Rachmaninoff.
Wow, that was great, Jay.
It just means an enormous amount to me. And I'm finding that with her gone, I don't quite feel this is kind of a song about eternal, the eternal nature of the love. As around the sun, the earth, those sheep revolving, and the rosebuds know to bloom in early May. With love, ain't no love to cure, you can rest your mind assured that I'll be loving you always. I can't reveal the mystery of tomorrow, but in passing we'll grow older every day. Because all that's born is new, you know what I say is true. I'll be loving you always. Until the rainbow burns the stars out in the sky. Always until the ocean covers every mountain high. Always until the dolphins fly, the parrots live at sea. Always until we dream of life and life becomes a dream. Did you know that true love asks for nothing? Her acceptance is the way we pay. Up and fly away until the day that he can take complete his score. Until the day is the day there are no more. Until the day the earth starts turning right to left. Until the trees and seas are falling by itself. Until your mother nature says the work is through. Until the day that you are me. Every mountain high, until the dolphin flies and parrots live at sea, until we dream of life and life becomes a dream, until the day is done and night becomes a day, until the trees and seas just up and fly away, until your mother nature says the work is through, until the day you are me and I am you.
Gail? There you are. Gail Cousins, please give Gail a welcome. I've been saying kissing cousins all along. Yeah, I got it wrong.
I only played music with Audrey once at the chapel. I think it was here in Stinson Beach, maybe Bolinas. It was here. It was here. I lost a dear friend to cancer who was also a brilliant and radiant singer-songwriter. She wrote a song called On This Trail that I want to do here at Audrey Memorial. On this trail, on this road, there's a scattering of seeds, a legacy of life, what we sow and what we reap. Looking back on memories when laughter filled the air, all the times we were together, all the moments that we shared. On this trail, on this road, there's a path that winds its way, a journey of the heart, one that seems so sure to stay. All the trivial pursuits of life, like a distant marching band, will fade away when an angel takes our hand. This trail, this road will disappear with winter rain, wash away all traces of the places we have been. Seeds of love remain, they're part of a bigger plan. It's the seeds of love that grow on this trail, on this road, that will lead us home again. On this trail, on this road, as we leave this world behind, is it all just an illusion, just a conjure of the mind? It really doesn't matter, we don't even need to know when we leave those seeds of love on this trail, on this road. This trail, this road will disappear with winter rain, wash away all traces of the places we have been. But seeds of love remain, they're part of a bigger plan. It's the seeds of love that grow on this trail, on this road, that will lead us home again.
up for the evening. Please welcome from Santa Cruz, California, Sharon Allen.
Hello. I have my Audrey necklace on. I think we all do. If you don't, there's a few in the back left. Audrey liked this song. This is my girlfriend's song.
Okay, hang on a second. That is totally in the wrong key.
I've been doing, Audrey does this thing. She laughs and then she goes, I've been doing it for a week. I find myself going, She's like no one I've ever known. She's a friend of mine. She'll make you laugh when you wanna cry. Tells a story with a wink of her eye. Plant a tree, she says, and yours grows strong. She's a friend of mine. Midnight movies and carousels, making wishes at the witching well. We find places where we stand, holding hearts and she wakes up at the break of day. You got any worries? She washes them all away. She feeds you berries and she shares her wine. She's a friend of this one lives in a box of peace. That's all it takes. She's got a heart bigger than you can hold. She's a friend of mine. Midnight movies and carousels, making wishes at the wishing well. We find places where we stand, holding hearts and hands, holding hearts and hands, holding hearts and Well, thank you for staying till the end of the party. And I always used to be the one that was the last one to leave the party, and not so much anymore. So this is kind of fun that we came up here. We left Santa Cruz at 5:30 this morning to get up here and help out. And so we're gonna do this one if everybody can sing a little gospel song. I'll fly away.
Thank
have to, but the music is over. The party will never end as long as Audrey's in our minds. So thank you all for being here tonight. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful day. Man.
Is this one still on? Yeah. Hey, it's actually a long-standing family tradition that we all help pack up the chairs and clean up a bit. So if anybody's got a couple minutes, let's help out here. The people who put this all together, they've been working on this for a month now, and let's help them out. Thank you all for showing up. It really means a lot to me. James also wants to get some family pictures before it gets dark to add to this video. So let's get the family together. Let's do that. And let's get things cleaned up.
Where do these turn from?
In the garbage can. We'll bring the racks out. We've got plenty of racks. Yeah. Thank you. Actually, I shouldn't have that here.